Hey guys, I'm fixing to color my hair to get rid of these glitter strands, but this is the perfect time to talk about burnout. And today we're going to talk about teacher burnout because it is getting to be the end of the school year. So, here you go.
I guess I should have been honest. It breaks in my heart.
Alright, you guys, I'm going to make this quick. It's not going to be a long video because I don't have much time left on my memory because I forgot to clear it. As you see, I have my co-host today, Michelle, the girl. We got her my last year of teaching, actually. So, that was interesting. That's a story for its own video. I'm just kind of touching on this particular topic because I have many of you who are teachers who constantly reach out to me for advice, and especially from the other videos I shared. So this just felt very relevant, and I have many teacher friends, so I'm hoping this encourages you as well. I'm going to tell you, if you're not a teacher, everybody experiences burnout one way or another, from a housewife, a mom, to being whatever you are. There's many YouTube content creators who get burnout. It's easy to get burnt out, and let me tell you why. This is why burnout happens. Well, for teachers, it's the end of the year, and there's so many pressures. For many of us who are not teachers, burnout happens because we are overloaded our calendar. We have too much going on at one time and not enough brain power to be divided in so many different ways. It does happen for sure. And the other biggest reason is complacency. Doing the same thing day in, day out, even year to year. When we get stuck in a rut, we are experiencing a form of burnout, and we have to make some changes. Burnout feels like a week of Mondays where there's a full moon and eclipse at the same time. And to really understand that statement, you have to have been in the classroom to experience a full effect a full moon has on people. That or the police department, paramedics, they actually get the full effect as well. The rest of us just see little things happening, but it's very, very evident in a school building for sure. So here is 5 tips to recover from teacher burnout. 1, plan a staycation immediately for next weekend, or a night away, or a night in. Literally. And when I say a staycation, you're going to pretend like you have no Wi-Fi. Unless, of course, you're playing your games on your phone or you're just socializing. But you're going to put all business aside. Because the problem is there's too much. There's too much. And you have not given yourself enough time to just be. And as a teacher, it's so easy to get like that, especially this time of year with all the end of the year parties and all the graduation setups and whatever happens, testing, evaluations, parent-teacher conferences, all that stuff just is very overwhelming. So plan a staycation immediately, and don't put it off till summer. Do it now. Do it now. Number 2 is change your routine, both personal and professional. Change something in your personal routine in the morning, whether it's the way you drive to work, like the path you take, whether it's switching vehicles with your spouse if you're married, whether it is going to a different coffee shop. Change up your personal routine and your professional routine. So choose something to do differently in your routine at work as well, in your classroom for sure. Number 3, set a cutoff time every day. It's very important as a teacher to set a cutoff time for work. I know many teachers who fall asleep grading papers because they're doing it in their bed. Never take your classroom into your bedroom, ever. I don't care if that's the comfiest spot, let it stay that way. Otherwise, you're not going to get a good rest, because then your bed becomes an extension of your classroom. So that gives your mind freedom to not walk away from the classroom. That's one thing I do regret. When I was teaching, I never did. I never walked away from the classroom. Never. Not even in the summer. In the summer, I was too busy preparing and planning for the next year. So definitely take that advice. Number 4, collab with a co-teacher. Come up with an idea, something different. Whether it be a project, whether it be an activity, whether it be switching classrooms for the day, whether it be switching classrooms for 5 minutes. I don't know. Collab with a coworker, someone you trust, someone who is on the same grade level as you, or not, maybe even. Find a buddy. Find a buddy that you can not dump your stuff on, and not take their stuff on either, but just to communicate and collaborate and come up with an idea of something new and exciting to do between now and the end of the school year. And number 5, my tip for recovering from teacher burnout is to nourish yourself. Whether that's with salad, with chocolate, or both. Nourish your body from the inside out. Water, fresh vegetables, and fruit. It's warm outside now for most of us. It's a great time to get in a habit of eating salad at lunch and fruit for a snack, and drink plenty of water. The more nourished you are from the inside, the more nourishment you can give out. And that really goes for all of us, not just teachers. Now, 5 tips to avoid burnout happening again. I can't promise that it won't happen again, but if you'll take these 5 steps and really put a lot of time and energy into them, it may help you to stave off the burnout, for you to come in and do something different again. So the first one is avoid planning ruts. Avoid planning ruts. It's okay to change the wheel. You know, they always say you can always don't reinvent the wheel. It's just use your same lesson plans over and over. As a teacher, I never did that because it gets stale. And if you're gonna get stale, and it's stale for you, and you're not learning it, eventually that becomes stale, and what you teach is not relevant as much as it was the year that you originally taught it. Time is changing quickly. Kids are coming in, they're learning new things faster, their little minds learn and absorb quicker, and we have to be able to accommodate that as a teacher. Yes, I know, I no longer teach, so it's hard for me to not say we as teachers, because I think I will always be a teacher at heart. Whether it be teaching you how to manage your time, or encourage you as a teacher how not to burn out. I'm always going to be teaching and leading. That's just in my spirit. So, rework your lesson plans. Change them up. They don't have to stay the same. Just because they worked last year, there's no promise that it'll work this year. Especially as you're going into a new school year soon and you're planning, change it up some. Don't leave it the same. Look for what's working. Make notes. And then maybe kind of look to see what you could change and tweak. Tip number 2, change your classroom at least 3 times a year, even if it is working like it is. That is for your visual, for the kids' visual, and it sparks new interest. It sparks new interest. I can tell you, when I was in the classroom, my classroom changed probably 3 to 4 times throughout the school year. A lot of it was second semester, because that first semester you're really laying down ground and a foundation for them to build their learning in your environment, and so it needs to stay the same for a little bit. But if it stays the same all the time, you're never going to jar a little creativity for them or for you. So change your classroom. It's not too late. I don't care if you have 3 weeks of school left. Get in there, change something in your classroom, change the way something is set up, and I promise that you are going to see something click in kids that you're struggling with. Promise, it's an easy, easy tip. Number 3, keep things fresh. I don't know about your school rules as far as scents go, but maybe you could bring in a wax warmer or even a plug-in freshener. Literally, keep things fresh. Give them a new scent in your room. Play a different kind of music if you play music in your classroom for learning. If you don't, you should be, because there are many people who are spurred by musical instruments in the background. It helps their learning. There are some that are hindered by it, so you kind of have to watch the progress of your kiddos, but keep things fresh in your room. Don't let them be the same. And number 4, tip number 4 is take a time out weekly. Take a time out weekly. Maybe it's after one afternoon. Go get your nails done. Go get your eyebrows waxed. Go sit in the library. Go to a bookstore. Take a time out for you. Go sit out in the sun in your backyard with a book. Pretend it's summer already. Take a dip in the pool if you live in an apartment or have a pool of your own. Do something that is just for you once a week. Mine tend to be on Sundays. I usually do not wash my hair till later. I do not put makeup on one day of the weekend. A lot of times it is Sunday. It just depends on what's going on. Tip number 5. This is the biggest one of all, and this is the last one I'm going to leave you on. Stop over planning to impress. This time of year, many teachers plan outrageous, outlandish things to impress parents, to impress kids, to impress co-teachers, to impress administration. You're at the end of the year. You should have done that at the beginning of the year if that was your motive. At the end of the year, parents are just ready as the kids are and as you are for the school year to be over. Don't waste your time and energy trying to impress them now. Build that last minute relationship, but don't stress yourself out trying to impress somebody that if you haven't impressed this far in, you're never going to. Alright guys, I hope somehow one of those tips encouraged, inspired you to just plug in and get it done. I know in Texas we have about 3 to 4 weeks left. I think our district has 3 weeks, and the district next to us and the town over has 1 more week after we do. I think we get out before they do, but we started before they did too, so you know. Anyway, it's almost summertime. You've almost made it. Keep pushing through. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Throw our problems in the flame. I get a little bit breathless. My thoughts are too big. Can I get some comfort, please?